Hi Capricorn, here's your horoscope for April 2024, brought to you by planetswithin.com. I'm astrologer Joseph Anthony. Okay, we are in eclipse season. This is the second eclipse of the new year. The first one we had was right here in the 10th house of career. I spoke about that last month. And so many of you are changing either your jobs, your business, your residence. And this month is going to be very important because the eclipse, the solar eclipse, activates your fourth house of home, feeling, and foundation. So for many of you, you are starting something new. You're moving, you're remodeling, you're doing something with land, maybe something to do with family. This is all being amplified with this eclipse coming up in the fourth house. Now, your ruler, Saturn, right here, has been going through Pisces, and as you can see here, we have quite a few planets in Pisces this month. So you're full of ideas, you're full of intuition. You may be having a little bit more self-doubt than normal because of this energy is weakened, especially with Mars being there. Mars will conjunct Saturn. It'll make you feel like, I'm not sure, maybe, and you'll be feeling more sensitive than normal because of all this Pisces energy, which is totally normal. Now, on the plus side, the second half of the month, we have the Sun and Venus moving through this part of your chart, but going into the fifth house of love and creativity. So something is coming out of this, which could be quite beneficial for many of you. So if you're a sun sign Capricorn or a rising sign in Capricorn, this pertains to you. This is a general sun sign reading. Again, it has to be general because I don't have everybody's birthday, and everyone's birthday and birth charts are completely different. So, but notice where the energy is being focused here. Third house, communication. Fourth house of stability and foundation. And of course, towards the end of the month, it will be in the fifth house of creativity, love, speculation, gambling, and having more fun. Let's not forget that one. So Jupiter and Uranus are going to be getting closer and closer. As you can see here, 17 and 20. They're going to get closer and closer. So it's going to amplify that energy even more. So you definitely have, I see a lot of new projects this month or endeavors or something that you really feel excited about. But the beginning of the month, it's like, I'm not quite sure. I know what I'm doing. There's this questioning yourself, which is totally normal with this kind of energy at the low part of the chart. So as we start off the month, we have this Mercury retrograde, the first Mercury retrograde of the year. And so this has a lot to do with right here. It's at 27 degrees of Aries. And so this is in the fourth house. So you're questioning things. Did I make the right move? Is this something that had to happen? You're reflecting on the past. You're going into the past. Okay, anytime we have a retrograde like this, we tend to go into the past. And so, but that's not going to be able to stop this energy coming in because of the eclipse also lighting up this house. So this could be, connecting with people from the past, situations from the past, memories from childhood. It could be all of that stuff under the Mercury retrograde. So pay close attention to what you're doing because you may have one foot in reality and one foot in the past, so to speak. So this is going to be a very important reflection time. It's in Aries, which represents the self. So keep an eye on that. Venus also enters Aries on the 5th, right there to help you out. So Venus is a little bit stronger in Aries than it was in Pisces. So Venus is all about partnerships and relationships and financial matters, and it enters your fourth house. So maybe you're working on a project in the home. Maybe you're thinking about buying property. Maybe there's something to do with your mother or having to do with your home life pertaining to extended family. This is all part of that equation. Maybe you've met somebody new and you are, bringing them home for the first time or her home for the first time, that stuff. But whatever it is, money matters are definitely in the mix here with Venus in Aries. So you definitely feel more driven, you feel more sensitive, you feel like, you need to take charge of something because that's the kind of Aries energy is very similar to Capricorns. They vary a little differently in many ways, but this could absolutely supercharge you a little bit more. And speaking of supercharging, this new moon solar eclipse in Aries will supercharge everyone. And this one's going to be at 19 degrees of Aries. So wherever that is in your birth chart, that's the area that gets lit up. And as you can see here, we have so much Aries energy. Now, Aries represents the self, the beginning, a pioneering spirit. It's in the 4th house. So many of you are, again, going into real estate or coming to some sort of realization about who you are and your connection to the family. Okay, very important. Chiron is going to be conjunct this moon, so there's a healing process that's taking place here, either within yourself or within your family dynamics as well. And so we also have Mercury retrograde kind of loosely in the mix, and we also have the North Node, which is what you're striving for. So I see for many of you it has to do with the home, the family dynamics, and possibly moving or a new location in the next 6 months to a year, because eclipses can take up to a year to manifest, and they usually are very active on or around that date that they're activated, but then 3 months later they get super activated, and 6 months later they get super activated, and then they slowly start to fade, but the energy is still there. And so this is very important for many of you. Like I said, it could be a move, a relocation, a realization, a reinventing of yourself within yourself, having to do with emotions and feelings and family dynamics. So really, really important energy coming in. Now, on the 19th and 20th, now the energy starts making more sense to you because it's going to be going into Taurus, another earth sign. So here's the sun entering Taurus, 5th house of love and creativity. But look at Jupiter and Uranus, which are going to be conjunct, which means surprises, expansion, doing things on a larger scale, maybe being more content. Maybe you'll win some money. Anything to do with money is under the umbrella of Taurus. And so you're definitely feeling different, maybe, just wanting to have more fun and getting excited about something, The downside is, again, depending on your birth chart, is maybe money's going out, but yet money's coming in, So it's definitely financially oriented here is what I'm seeing, but it could be money being spent on children, Maybe you have kids going to school or something and surprise expenses come up. Or surprise money coming in out of nowhere. Somebody wants to help you in some way. Taurus is the physical side of life. So it could be anything from new furniture to a new car to, a new trip to have a vacation, stuff like that. But whatever it is, this time of the year and this time of the year with Jupiter and Uranus here, we could be in for some major surprises from now till the end of April. So keep an eye on all that because, it's in a very favorable place in your chart. Now, the full moon in Scorpio this month on the 24th is going to be very important because it's going to be at 4 degrees of Scorpio in your 11th house. So this has to do with a realization. It has to do with community. It has to do with marketing. It has to do with organizations like charities and, affiliations of some kind. And so it's bringing to light your connection to these places, to these people, to these situations, to the acquaintances in your life. But the 11th house has to do with hopes and wishes for the future too. And so you're really taking a hard look at all of this stuff. Now, if it doesn't pertain to you directly, it could have something to do with one of your kids because the sun is in the 5th house of children. But it will be at a T-square to Pluto in the 2nd house. So it definitely has something to do with money and values around this time. And, from the 19th on, like I said, it's a wild card having to do with like important conversations that surprise you or people hitting you up for money or, unexpected expenses coming in related to the home life or the children. It could have something to do with that. So that full moon or this full moon is going to be very strong in that department with regards to finances and investments. So keep an eye on that one. I would say nothing to be afraid of. It's just that it's bringing a lot to light here. Now, Mercury goes direct on the 25th, right here. Should help some of the clarity and, start thinking in a forward-thinking motion. And so over the course of the next week or so, this energy will start moving in a direct manner. And then we have Venus entering Taurus as well at the end of the month on the 29th and 30th. So once again, we're talking about having fun, maybe more romance, enjoying yourself through food or sensual pleasures of some kind. Creativity is going to be going through the roof the second half of the month for many of you. So pay attention to that as well. But anything to do with children is definitely going to be on the table now. Expenses or, dealing with their issues and so on and so forth. That's going to be very important. And we have one more alignment here, but that's going to be into the first day of May. Mars will enter Aries as well, go into that 4th house. So family dynamics and the energy around the home should really skyrocket towards the end of April. Anyway, there you have it, Capricorn. Have a fabulous month, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.